Dobra, cześć na wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. W sumie w drugim odcinku już. Muszę znać, jak się podobał pierwszy, co zmienić, co się nie podoba, co mi się podoba. Cen i zapis. Mikołaj z Ratajów. Porozmawiajmy z nim, może on sobie podobać się tutaj. Ma oczywiście jutro.
How do you like it here?
I'll tell you, it's nothing like home.
And have you ever been further than Ratai?
No, I never was, but I always wanted to. That's why Oates put in a word for me so I could ride along. Besides, for an adventurous expedition like this, you've got to have the right gear and good horses. And I'm in charge of them.
Martwisz się jutro, dużo konie. Martwisz się
I'm a bit
jutro.
anxious about tomorrow. How about you? Are you worried?
A wee bit. But we've got good intentions. Sir Hans is responsible. And sensible too, when it comes to important things. And no doubt Lord von Berghoff is a wise man and he'll hear him out with a cool head. Clever folks can always somehow come to an agreement, can't they?
Zgadza
That's
się.
right. And also, we're coming with an offer of alliance. I can't imagine what could happen for them not to receive us.
Not much chance of that.
And you take good care of our horses. I can't say they're exactly whinnying with joy.
Don't make fun of me, eh? Whenever they need anything, I take care of it for you. The only thing that bothers me is them cliffs and rocky paths. I hope none of the horses breaks a leg.
Dba o konie nasze. Dobra, widzę, że nie wyłączyłem wam FPS-ów. Sprawdzałem po prostu, jak działa gra. Dobra, czy możemy jakoś inaczej to dać? Dla
About
psa?
that sausage.
Yeah? Have you got the ring? I'll swap you for it, like I said.
I don't.
No ring, no sausage.
Cholera. Dobra,
Do you
więc
know why
zapytajmy o
we're
resztę.
going to Trotsky?
For some big political parley.
Yeah, of course. I'm just wondering if you know what's in that message we're carrying.
Not really, but I reckon our lords want to sound out von Burgo. Bear in mind the times we're living in. King Wenceslas under lock and key in Vienna, and his brother Sigismund, meanwhile, shamelessly plundering Bohemia. We need to know who's going to stand on our side if things get even worse. And the royal chamberlain, von Burgo, has the land reserves under his thumb. So he's a big player.
Myślisz, że nam się uda, znasz te okolice?
We might even discuss how to make peace with Sigismund.
Wszystko omówimy.
Peace? I don't know. Sigismund is winning and he won't want to parley for peace. But I hope there's some chance of a truce at least, an armistice. The main thing is that it don't get no worse. Hacking up Cumans is one thing, but if it comes to Czechs fighting against Czechs, that'd be nasty.
To tell the truth, I'm starting to get a bit anxious about what to expect tomorrow. Do you think our big mission will be successful?
Nothing to worry about. We'll get to Trotsky, Sir Hans and von Burgo will parley, and then we'll ride back. Done.
You're a bit sure of yourself, eh?
Well, this ain't my first time delivering a message. Everything will go according to plan. Don't you worry.
Do you know these parts?
A little. It's all rocks and woods. Lovely to look at, but shit for hunting in. If you don't watch your step, you could easily fall down some fissure.
So you've been in Trotsky before?
Not Trotsky itself. Once I just passed through here with Sir Hanusha's escort.
Ah, I expect that's why he sent you with us.
No doubt, but also because I'm not as rash as you youngsters. And besides, as the cook, I make sure you lot don't gobble up all the supplies at once.
Dobra, czyli jeżeli chcemy kiełbachę dla psa, to musimy zagrać. Ale najpierw z Konradem porozmawiajmy.
Better not keep Sir Hans waiting. It'll be dark soon.
Dobrze, ale czy zagramy? Z kufelem? Jak myślisz, jak pójdzie
How do
jutro?
you think things will end up tomorrow?
How? No ways, I reckon. Whenever someone parleys with someone about something, it takes ages.
Why do you think that?
See me and Conrad now? We can't even agree who's going to be on watch this evening. But then, I'm just a spear carrier. I ain't got the head for no noble manners. Ask Oates. He'll know more about it for sure.
Maybe in the end, Lord Capon and von Berghoff will arrive at some agreement.
Aye, maybe. We'll see.
Have you ever been in these parts before?
No, but I know there's a village called Troskowitz at the foot of the castle, and there's a tavern there.
Tam jest
Me and
tawerna w takim
Conrad
razie.
will go there and fatten our purses nicely on the locals. I got the dice ready for it. If Sir Hans gives us a bit of free time, like, I must remind him.
Where did you get the table from?
From that cave behind me. It
Just
was
kidding?
just lying there. So I says to myself, that's better than playing on the ground.
Czy to nie będzie krywka tych bandytów?
I see you've got dice set up. Want a game?
Sure. How's about spicing it up with a little wager?
No jak żeby
I heard
inaczej.
you won a ring off Oates. Want to bet that?
Fortune favours the brave, lad. But if you lose, you'll pay for everything I order in the tavern in
Najgorzej.
Trotsky. All right?
Chyba nie mieliśmy. Kości podstawowe zasady. Jeśli interesuje hazard, w większości szanujący się karcz, będziesz mógł zagrać w kości. Zachowane kości z poprzedniej rzutów. Piątka, kość wybrana do zachowania. Obecny wybór. Zapisane punkty. Dobra, czy to są punkty? Zgromadzone, lecz nie zapisane punkty. Wybrane punkty. Cel 2000. Tura wybrane. Tur kości. Jeśli masz w inwentarzu jakieś kości, możesz je wybrać przed rozpoczęciem gry. Większość kości nie ma specjalnych właściwości, o których przeczytasz w ich opisie. Umożliwiają one skorzystanie z wyjątkowych technik, które zwiększą twoje szczęście. Żeby gry na początku gry rzucasz wszystkimi 6 kościami. Wybierasz kości punktujące, które chcesz zachować. Odkładasz je na bok i na koniec swojej tury otrzymujesz za nie punkty, po czym możesz rzucić pozostałe. Kolejne rzuty są możliwe, dopóki masz kości. Jeśli jednak nie uzyskasz żadnego wyniku punktującego, tracisz wszystkie zgromadzone w tej rundzie punkty. Kluczem jest zakończenie tury i zgarnąć punkty, zanim wzrośnie ryzyko niewrzucenia żadnych punktujących kości. Pierwszy gracz, który osiągnie wymaganą liczbę punktów, wygrywa. W lewym dolnym rogu możesz sprawdzić wszystkie informacje dla obecnej rozgrywki. Prezentuje się wszystkie kombinacje kości i wartości punktowe. Dobra, jedynka to jest 100, 5 to jest 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to jest 500, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jest 700, od 1 do 6 jest tyle, dobra. 3 jedynki to 1000, 2 dwójki to 200, 3 to 300, no dobra. Każda dodatkowa kość po trzeciej podwaja ich wartość. O! Głowa diabła działa jak Joker, dając jedną wartość do dowolnej kombinacji kości. O! Super! Dobra, czyli po prostu trzeba
I
kombinację.
hope Lady Luck will be on my side. Aye, that'll do. My God, I'm done.
Dwie piątki. Dwie jedynki. Dwie piątki.
That's enough for me. Your turn.
Musimy teraz za 400 rzucić. Nie gadaj. Żadnej kombinacji tu nie zrobię. Zapisz kontynuuj. No muszę to ciągnąć. Kurczę, nic inaczej nie zrobię. 3 jedynki. Zapisz rezygnuj.
You must have a... Damn your eyes. You played well. What's to be done? A bet is a bet. Here's
Dobrze,
your ring.
wykonany quest. Sobie od kufla owsa. Inwentarz. Zadania to jest ta. Jest owsa. Tu nic nie daje, nie?
Yeah,
Stań.
yeah.
To mam utnę generalnie do wygranej partii. Bo było ich kilka, no. Było ich kilka. Mam twoją obrączkę.
Tankard can't tell a 5 from a 6. I won that ring off him.
You beat the bastard. Ha! You're a dab hand, Henry. Thanks. Will you give it to me? If I go home without it, the old woman will break her broom over my back.
What will you give me for it?
Well, all I've got here is some grub. Want a sausage? It's venison.
All right. And enough games. You won't easily find another mug who'll exchange a ring for a sausage.
Typowy hazardzista.
True enough.
Dobrze, lewy alt. Karmić orzecha.
Yeah, yeah.
Nakarm. Wybierz. Nakarm go jedzeniem. Dobrze, inwentarz, jeżeli chodzi o zadania, bym chciał. Nie to będzie tu w dzienniku. Dowie się to planie pan Jan, czy musimy teraz porozmawiać z panem Janem. Gra wygląda naprawdę przecudownie.
What the fuck was that about?
What was what
O
about?
czym mówisz?
With that captain?
No wiem,
I thought they got us all. The way you provoked him.
niepotrzebnie. Dosłownie nic za mnie groziło, ktoś musiał mu pokazać, gdzie jego miejsce.
You're
Dosłownie.
I got a bit carried away.
Well, you shouldn't have. We're lucky they didn't shoot us down on the spot. Did you notice how many of them there were? You better keep your nose out of it next time.
No to był mój błąd.
I apologize. You're right.
That's all right.
Pewnie tą opcję dialogową, co
I
powinienem.
understand how you feel. His tone got on my nerves too. And keep quiet tomorrow in front of von Berghoff. I'm here to do the talking. We'll deliver our message and fulfill our mission. If we arrange a truce with the League of Lords, then Hanush will finally have to take me seriously. Well, since you're so sure of yourself, how about stretching our limbs a bit after that long journey?
O!
With a bit of swordplay?
You're in the mood for that after riding so long?
Certainly. So then, eh? Eh?
All right then. Just a bit of swordplay for the hell of it? Or shall we have a wager?
Let's save the wagers for later.
Oh, you afraid?
Keep the biting remarks to yourself. I see you're still in armor, so we can get to it right away. Here's a practice sword for you. Have that ready too.
Żeby otworzyć inwentarz, się uzbroić. Mieć ćwiczebny, no bo tak mam już wszystko ubrane. Bo już wcześniej ubrałem to.
Tankard!
Przeskocz. Rozmawiaj. Zaczniemy walkę na miecze?
So, shall we start?
Ready?
No oczywiście, że tak.
Let's start. Draw your sword.
Hang on, let's get warmed up.
Dobra, no.
I'll attack you a few times. You defend.
Go ahead. Impress me.
Naciśnij, aby wykonać atak. Kieruj atak, wybierasz poruszając mouse.
Is that the best you've got? I didn't even work up a sweat.
Well, you will soon enough. A foe in plate armor has to be
Dobra.
worn down.
Let's see it then. Attack
Nie mogę od dołu.
properly now. A longer sequence. I'm still as fresh as a daisy.
Kurde, ataki łączące naciskają przy ataku w momencie, kiedy jeszcze trwa poprzedni atak.
Enough.
Now you're warmed up,
Okej, bo
eh?
chciałem sprawdzić kombinację.
Yeah, but you're pretty winded yourself. While you're attacking,
Proszę się odsłonić
you'll have to
przytrzymując.
take care you have strength
Wyleczamy
left to
ilość
defend.
policji od siły od ataku.
Save the advice and try it yourself.
Gladly. On guard.
Zablokuj atak.
That's the way. Good.
No. O cholera. No, dawaj. Jeszcze raz.
That's the way.
No, dawaj. Panie Janie. Ej,
Defend
klikałem.
yourself properly. Good.
No.
Nice.
Oh, that's enough. No one's ever won a duel just by blocking. You've got to make an opening to strike back. And you do that by means of a perfect block.
Perfect block, eh?
Proszę wykonać doskonale broń skając w momencie wyrywania ataku, kiedy na
Start your
środku
attack then.
rozety pojawi się zielony.
You're doing great, Henry.
Obracz.
Nice, Henry.
No. Tak, i wtedy mogę uderzyć, pewnie skontrować.
But what about a riposte?
Jesteś
Reckon
posą?
you can manage that?
Why wouldn't I? Nothing to
Dokładnie.
it. I just follow up a perfect block immediately with a strike. I'll show you.
No
Get
dawaj.
ready.
Tak. I od razu tu.
Sweet! Good, Henry.
Dobra, ale nie początku ten slow motion. Za pierwszym razem może.
Hey, you're not as good as Captain Bernard, but that wasn't bad.
Be sure to remember, if someone gives you a riposte, you can still fend it off with a perfect block. And it's best to follow up right away with your own riposte.
Yeah, right. But what if I want to attack in such a way that you
O,
can't
to
make
dobre.
a perfect block?
Then it's best to attack at a spot where your opponent isn't covered, where he's not holding his weapon. You defend, and I'll show you how.
All right, come on then.
Sfery ataku dokonuje się przy użyciu dobra mausa, no. Atakując strefę, w której przeciwnik nie utrzyma broni, zmniejszasz jego szansę na wykonanie doskonałego bloku, czyli tutaj.
Nice. Don't get so close to me.
Teraz tu.
Slow. Nice. All right. I get it. For Christ's sake. Enough demonstrations and explanations.
Let's have one training duel to finish up, eh?
O, pojedynek.
And let's have a wager to spice things up. How about 100 groszy?
100 groszy. Może być więcej, niech będzie. Nie chcę się zakładać.
To hell with wagers.
Oh, afraid are you? You know how it'll end. But suit yourself. We'll fight without a wager. Let's go.
Dobra.
First hit.
Dobra. Dobra, bo teraz wytrzymałość. Trzeba trochę odbiec. Góra. Doskonały blok i riposta. Dobra. Kurwa. No, dajesz. To i riposta od razu. Dobra. Trochę wytrzymałości. No. Dalej, panie ptaszku. Dobra. O kurde. Ej, gdzie jesteś? Czemu mi zniknął? Wytrzymałość. No dawaj, dawaj. Tutaj. O nie! Blok. 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 Dobra, bo stamina. O tym trzeba pamiętać, kurde. Z tej strony. Miecz do 16. Ej. Czemu nie mogę blokować? No. O kurde. Aha, tę kombinację muszę spróbować. Prawy, prawy, lewy. Prawy, lewy i prawy. I od razu prawy. Stamina do tego nie mam. Kurde, ta stamina będzie bardzo ważna z tego, co widzę. O! Chciałem... No kurde! Dobra, trochę staminy. Dobra, ciekawe, czy długo będziemy musieli tak walczyć. Da się jakoś, o właśnie, zablokować jego przeciwnika na tabie.
You won, but I held my own. I yield. Enough.
O, dobra, pokonaliśmy. Już przy ognisku.
Fuck's sake, you're
Dawaj, broń.
unstoppable. It's just as well we didn't have a wager on it. Woo! Oh, let's go and eat.
Może
I need
trzeba
to sit
było
down
jednak
for a
postawić
bit after
pieniądze,
that
nie?
exertion.
Chodź, panie ptaszku. Przechodzimy.
So who won, gentlemen?
Well, it's not my day. Drinks in the tavern will be on me, so I hope you'll go easy on me. You've improved since that last time in Ratai.
Skończyło. Musimy zjechać niżej.
That time we had a wager for your bow. How did it actually end up?
Henry, that was no time ago at all. Did you get a bang in the head? And of course, I won.
Prawda.
So much has happened since then. It feels like an eternity.
God's truth. We had no lack of excitement. Anyway, I kicked your ass because I'm a master with a bow.
Indeed. Almost as good as with your tongue.
Oats? What's this food supposed to be?
What's left of our supplies. Tomorrow we'll be at the castle, and we'll get some decent grub.
Trzeba na
If
pewno.
you told us earlier, I could have shot a hare. And you could have cooked it like they did in the tavern the day before yesterday.
That tavern where you drank away all your coin?
Ha! You've got to have some fun.
And then you tried it on with the innkeeper's daughter when you were shit-faced.
She was pretty.
Jeżeli ktoś mnie zastanawiał, dlaczego nie rozmawiam, dlaczego nic nie mówię, to właśnie dlatego, żeby spokojnie poczytać sobie opcje dialogowe. My się stamtąd wyciągnąć, co? Rozdzieliłem was, zręczność, mógłbym balować z wami do rana, witalność, wyjaśniłem wszystko z mężem, retoryka. Ja bym zręczność chyba wolał. No bo by nam to poprawiło chyba staminę, nie? Mógłbym balować z nami do rana, mógłbyś.
Dragging you apart was great fun. You were shit-faced, he was foaming at the mouth, and she was screaming like mad.
I was watching from the table, and I have to say, Henry, you dodged him pretty well. Did you catch a blow at all?
Aye, but nothing worth talking about.
He doesn't go down easy.
I've got nothing to regret. The whole world turns around wenches. Ain't that right, Henry?
Hmm?
You never gave us the goods on that lass of yours. What was her name now?
Teresa. She lived with that crook Peszek at the mill.
And she saved my
Wszystko z
life.
jedynki, nie?
A brave girl.
Aye. She's a fine lass. And? Is she any good? Like, is she any good? Get me?
To moja luba, do niczego nie doszło. Dzielne. Ja będzie musiał starczyć.
She's
Well,
my
what?
sweetheart. And that's all I'll tell you.
Ach, don't be such a monk. Out with it.
Posłuchaj, nie tyle starczy.
Listen up. I'll tell you what that girl can do.
Nie, chciałem.
Wildest she-cat I know. So when she's stripped off,
Enough, enough. You want to be a chivalrous knight, and you talk like that about a damsel? For shame.
Zapach dymu, och.
You know, this travelling isn't too bad.
Apart from the mosquitoes.
Aye. Apart from them.
Where were you yesterday evening, Henry? You were late for supper. That's not what I call watching over our lord.
Hey, don't make trouble.
O kurde, zaklinasz psów, Orzech złapał trop. Cały czas byłem z wami, skradanie się. Szukałem schronienia, przetrwanie. Byłem trochę ciszy i spokoju. Do książek, do polowania, do skradania się. I do pieska. Chyba do skradania się, nie, do polowania. Przetrwanie. Może wiedza i spokój. Wiedza po prostu. Wiedza.
needed a bit of peace and quiet. I had a stroll around, checking out what plants grow here, praying for the success of our mission. Then I came back.
At last someone with some sense who's not in a hurry all the time.
If I always had to think everything over, but...
I wouldn't have rolled in the hay with so many girls if I spent my time just thinking about it.
Thanks for the prayer, anyway.
And what about, time, sir? I mean, will we be getting any time off, sir?
It depends. Once von Berghoff hears us out, we should set off back home immediately.
What? Straight back on the road?
Well, we could stay a day or two, perhaps.
Does anyone know anything more about von Berghoff?
Nic nie mów. Jest ważnym szlachcicem. Nic nie mów.
I've already told you all I know. Von Berghoff is a very important nobleman, the royal chamberlain. He administers the country for the king, collects taxes. It's like this. There's the king, then him, then a very big gap, and then me. And we are envoys sent to offer him an alliance.
No,
I heard
słaba
he
pozycja.
insists on having the finest swords, and that he's got a big collection of all kinds of swords and daggers.
Collecting them ain't the same as knowing how to use them.
And is he any good at sword fighting? It ain't nothing easy to learn.
Mieć to wspaniała broń. W ogóle buzdygan. Ciężka broń, walka wręcz, wolę strzelać. Wolę miecz.
Sword is a weapon of a master. Balanced, fast, and suitable for all situations. Of course, you have to train with it and try to improve your technique, but the result is worth it.
Aye, I get it. It was just a training fight. Pardon me.
Swords, swords, swords. No doubt you're going to tell us again how the perfidious Ishvan Toth stole your sword. And I thought you'd come round to thinking about other things.
That sword is the only reminder I had of Pa. We forged it together, just before he was slain. But that's another matter. I suppose you've heard enough of that, eh?
Well, you know.
No, it's all right.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Ishvan's shoes if you ever come face to face with him again.
What? So Radzika ain't dead, though?
Enough, enough. Otherwise we'll be here for hours again hearing how Martin the Smith raised him even though Radzig is his real father. It's complicated, and let's leave it at that. No offense.
Who'll help me tomorrow with getting supplies for the journey back?
We rolled dice for it, and I won. So Conrad goes.
What are you on about?
Enough. Oath, you're no fun at all. There'll be a feast at the castle tomorrow, so forget about supplies.
Anyone for another helping? There's plenty left. Maybe even a bit for morning.
No thanks. I must wash myself down a bit.
My words exactly. We can't turn up at Trotsky tomorrow in this state.
Zaraz cutscenka. Dialogi są bardzo długie. Bardzo długie.
Go and strip.
Ale no, między innymi na tym ta gra polega, no dużo trzeba rozmawiać.
Are you really going to bathe here, Sir Hans? It don't look none too safe a spot to me.
Oh, don't be such an old woman, Oates. Bring some wine to warm our blood.
To ma
No, we're
taką
not on
minę.
a trip to the baths here, Sir Hans.
Henry's right, sir. Duty first, fun later.
God's wounds. I haven't been away from Rattay in ages. So, here, I intend to live a little.
Ta koczuga, nie? Też ciężka podobno.
Blasted iron shirt. Oh, what a relief. I feel like I've just shed 40 pounds.
Jeszcze się upije i pójdzie do tej rzeki. Będzie się topił 100%.
Ah, Christ. Will I ever live to see his young lordship finally grow up? He's got a good heart, but he doesn't have the sense that he was born with.
Well, responsibility will catch up with him soon enough, though.
There's more chance of me becoming a monk.
That's a view fit for a king.
No samych gaciach. Do brudnej rzeki. Ta brązowa.
You were right about our stench. Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on.
Od razu tam śmiało.
Oh, that really shrivels the old ballsack.
Ciekawe co tu się stanie. Dobra, ale póki co to będziemy kontynuować na następnym odcinku. Dzięki za oglądanie, cześć.